All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Wednesday, October 16th, set today by Brummy. Let's see what Brummy has for us, and he refers to him or herself in the first clue. Brummy's view of football clubs getting international prestige finally. Ooh, well, Brummy would be referring to himself. My view, I see football clubs getting international. I mean, prestige finally sounds like just the final E, but that would mean the definition would be at the start. Brummy's view. I mean, maybe it is something to do with Birmingham. Maybe it's nothing to do with the setter. Well, Birmingham is too long. Midlands too short. Let's try these downs. Wound, of course, could be wound. One's seen on butt of snake charmer. Again, I'm wondering if butt of snake could be the final letter, the E. So something and then an E, and it's going to mean charmer. One seen could be an I that goes on the E. Is it IE or EI? Yeah, so it could be a charmer ending in IE. Something, excuse me, like a smoothie. You old smoothie. No, figure getting fit can be supported. I don't know how to interpret that one. All right, how about beat time frantically following soprano? Ooh, well, I'm wondering if time frantically could be an anagram of time. Soprano can be the letter S. I think in music, there's something about alto, soprano, baritone or bass and tenor with the four letters for those singing voices. Smite would be, yeah, there we go, to beat. Finally got one. Very good name in Gaelic rum. We're not known for our rum in the Gaelic countries. So I think it's going to be an anagram of Gaelic is 6 letters. Name can be N, so I think it's going to be an anagram of Gaelic plus N, and it's going to mean very good. Oh, we will have ing. But and then that leaves CEAL. Yeah, maybe. Oh, I don't know what happened there to me, my keyboard. All right, I think I'll wait until I get a letter before trying the anagram helper, and I may be completely wrong. Oh, there it's doing it again. I don't know what's happening. All right, key Republicans focus after Senate is disrupted. Well, I think again we have partial anagram, which I think is going to be Senate is, that's 8 letters, disrupted. And then I think Republicans' focus might be the first letter, the R. Oh, and that's going to come after the anagram of Senate is, and it's going to mean key. Well, let me put in my R. Hold on, let me pause and stop and start my keyboard to try R. Let me see if there we go. I think now it might be working. Let's try the anagram helper. Senate is plus the R. And it yeah, so I'm thinking something like essential, but it's not that. Yeah, maybe the R doesn't go there. But we have ESSENT. Yeah, I really want Republicans' focus to somehow be L. And so I can get essential. Yeah, that's, well then what's 19 across? A dear daughter and a Greek character. Um, if that was an L, I think we could get the Greek character lambda. A deer is a lamb. We had lamb recently clued as an innocent, but it can also be a lamb, be a deer. Then our daughter and a. All right. So I feel confident in putting in essential. I just don't understand where the L is coming from. Oh, I think it might be the middle letter. Ah, the focal pointer. I think maybe more the fulcrum. Yeah, we have 5 letters before and then 5 letters after the L. Oh, okay. All right. As Cream might be producing record, including set by The Void. Is there a band called The Void, or did Brummy make that up? I definitely have heard of Cream. Is it an anagram of As Cream? That's a very tricky one. How about lead soldier's cap? Of course, could be lead. Put with fruit and nut. Soldier's cap, I think, might be the first letter, the S. And then that goes with a fruit and a nut. Oh, the nut can be your head. And so I think the fruit is a pear. So you get spearhead to lead something. All right, let's go back to the acrosses. Still nothing there. The point of putting sulfur in container, well, sulfur I think is just the letter S. And then we're going to put that in a 3-letter container to make a word for the point. The gist, but I don't think git is a word for container. A pot, but post is not the same as a point. Now let's go on. Putting up with, enduring British group, aged rock symbols. All right, I think it might be aged rock symbols like Stonehenge or Avebury. I think that might be an ing, not Rolling Stones. Oh, how about standing? Yeah, I think if you put up with something, you stand for it. And then I think it is the Rolling Stones, but just referred to as the Stones. And so aged rock, ancient, I suppose, rock formations might be standing stones. All right, remuneration down under, initially lacking for poor. Well, is it going to be a reference to Australia? But then missing its initial letter, and it's going to mean poor. Is that the poor? Or is it an adjective for poor? Oz pay, wage. No. Enduring, so it seems to jaded scholars who long something, I would think. Jaded, I think there's a pun in there to do with jade. Ming Dynasty. No, I don't see it. Cast, encasing top of leg for protection. All right, I think it's going to be a word for cast, which could be to throw, or it could be the cast of a film. And that's going to go around an L, the top of leg, and it's going to mean protection. Well, throw would be the obvious 5-letter word for cast, but I don't think it's that. No. All right. Issues, Chapter 1, Leader's Short Measure. Yeah, I don't get that. Shades of Old, Books, Remedies. Shades can be ghosts, shades of old. Books can be and remedies, cures. No, I don't see that one either. All right, decline to go this way. I wonder if that could just be a cryptic definition that if you go, for example, downhill, then you are on the decline. I sort of like that, or downward, but I think downhill. Let me put it in and see if anything makes that look possible. Spirit produced by tramp, dropping round, proceed to get drunk almost. Yeah, I don't know. I think it might be a spirit. Again, is it going to be a ghost or is it going to be an alcoholic drink? And it's produced by tramp dropping round. I wonder if that's a word for tramp like hobo, and it drops an O. And proceed to get drunk almost. I'm wondering about a hobgoblin just because of that hobo. And of course, the O here might be wrong, but okay, how would proceed? Oh, proceed is go. Oh, and I think drunk is blind. I was blind drunk almost without the final D. Yeah, that looks possible. Cardinal possibly turns up with replica gun. I'm just looking and thinking of the title for a cardinal. Might be Monsignor. Now, a Monsignor can be just at the priest level, so I'm not sure about that. Turns up. No. Come back to that. One who's in the nick of time after politician Vera investigating corruption starts. Well, I'm distracted here because I think there was one of the early female politicians who was elected to the House of Commons. Wasn't there a Vera something? Vera Sackville, Vera. Yeah, I don't know. But I wonder if one who's in the nick might be a prisoner of some kind. And then it's time, T, after the politician Vera. And then investigating corruption starts might be the starting letters. Oh, how about, yeah, actually, I just realized convict would mean someone who's in the nick. There's the T for time at the end. The politician is a conservative. And then we have the three starting letters of Vera investigating corruption. Anyway, so if you know what Vera I'm talking about, please let me know. All right, I'm beginning to think downhill might be right. Yeah, it's one of these ones where there's no wordplay. I think you either get it immediately. I read it in such a way that I thought, oh yeah, if you're going X, then you are declining, and so downhill came to mind. All right, as this should be very large, blue novel. Oh, I'm wondering if, well, I was going to say solved as this should be, as a clue should be. Oh, maybe soluble. Well, soluble means it can, you know, decompose in liquid, go into a solution. I don't know if you can use soluble for something that can be solved, can you? But I do see, yeah, so very is so, large is L, and then a novel version of the word blue would be UBLE. Ah, again, I was just helped by, I think when you've done enough of these, just reading as this should be and learning to break sentences in unusual places. All right, let's go back here to my shades of old books. Oh, I do think it might end in cures. Old books. Oh, I think shades, to shade something might be to obscure it. So it's old books, OB, and then the apostrophe S is the S, and then remedies are cures. All right. Okay, £1 tucked into crack, headwear. Well, £1 would be ILB. Ah, yeah, and for headwear, trilby comes to mind. And if you have a crack at something, you have a try. So, not the most obvious synonym, crack. All right, cathedral. Cathedral supporter is nevertheless into very short hair. Well, I look at the letters we have and I read cathedral supporter, so I immediately thought of something architectural. And there is a term that comes to mind. I think just because it sounds funny, it always stuck in my head. A flying buttress. I do see we have tress at the end. So, but how does the flying is nevertheless into very? Yeah, I'm not sure. Short. I don't get the yeah, maybe it's some other kind of buttress, a landing buttress, or I don't know. Yeah, well, we'll check it at 15 squared. All right, Old King, Cole's chief fan. I just saw a cartoon about this king's name, Canute. Now, is he the same as Canute? Who got a very unfair deal, and everyone thinks he told the sea to turn back, but apparently, allegedly, he was actually demonstrating that you can't turn the sea, tell the waves to go back. Anyway, I think it is CNUT because Cole's chief is the first letter of Cole, and then a fan could be an enthusiast or a nut. All right, characteristic of a puffed joint. So yeah, is that going to be a drug reference or I think it's something medical maybe? Of course, a joint can be a dive, a nightclub of some kind, but I don't get that. All right. Um, Police force hosting broadcast about Glasgow's top detective. Well, hosting seems like wordplay, and it goes around Glasgow's top would be a G. So I think it's a detective, and I think it's Georges Simenon's Maigret. I've read a couple of Maigrets. They're all right, but I think they're very subtle and a little slow paced. But I need to give him another go, I think. So the police force would be the Met hosting broadcast. Oh, I think that's air, which goes in turn goes around Glasgow's top, the G. That's tricky. All right, it's symbolic of male, bear taking precedence. I don't know how to read that. What words would fit? A title, tutor. Yeah, I don't get it. All right, Spartan, language, technically. Oh, Spartan could mean bear. Yeah, I don't get that one either. All right, have I looked at everything? I think so. All right. Okay, so that's not Monsignor. Cardinal. Oh, a cardinal, of course, is a bird. Turns up. Oh, could bird backwards be in there? No, that the BG doesn't look. Oh, and hold on, I'm spelling bird anyway. Ignore that. You saw nothing. Um, oh, here we do have. Maybe it is. How can I get throw with an L? I don't think I can. Oh, shy, of course, is also another word that comes up quite a lot. It's shy in the past tense. Because I just thought of beginning with sh. I thought of shield for protection, and then realize it's excuse me, shied. All right, let's go back up to the top. Still nothing on that one. Oh, okay, let me try my Gaelic. And what did I think? N for name. And it should mean very good. All right, so it's not ING, RI, or sorry, AGE. I was also wondering. Oh, angelic. There we go. All right, well, an A is not great, but Brummie's view. I wonder if it's something space. Oh, no, I'm thinking international. An international, you get a cap, right? I think they used to literally give the players a cap, didn't they, every time they played for their country? But I'm thinking it might be cap plus the last letter of prestige. Something cape, scape. Brummie's view. Landscape, maybe? Oh, it's going to have to be a football club before the Cape. And it is football club apostrophe S, so that might be that S. Oh, yeah, city, I think, is something that comes up a lot as a football team. Of course, you don't know which city they're talking about, Man City or wherever, but yeah, I think anyone in Birmingham would see a cityscape. All right, very tricky using his own name. All right, here's the wound, could be a cut. And then I think we have the one and the butt of the snake to give a charmer. It could be a cutie. Very good. All right, figure getting fit can be supported. Oh, can could be tin, maybe. Is it a figure getting fit, like someone doing exercise? Figure can be a number. Oh, 10, of course. Yeah, I think it might be an adjective meaning something that can be supported. Ten something. No, don't quite see it. Oh, here is our remuneration down under. Yeah, I think it must be poor as an adjective. Otherwise, I think it would have said initially lacking for the poor. No. Oh, yeah, this must be long. Jaded scholars. No. So I'm thinking chapter one might be CHI. Then leaders short measure. And is it going to be, oh, issue would be children, of course. Um, how does the rest of it after the CHI work? Yeah, I don't know if leader short is LDR. And then a measure could be an N, maybe an N space or something like that. Ooh, I don't like it, but I'm going to leave it in. All right, what's my cardinal? Oh, a gun could be a derringer. Let's see. Oh, I think cardinal possibly. How is the shade of red? So cardinal as an example of red, which turns up to give DER, and a replica might be a ringer, a dead ringer. All right. Now 27 across is interesting because it's R something E of a puffed joint. I think it has to be R double E. RIE, I don't think, can't think of anything, or RUE, RHE, a rheostat, and characteristic, puffed joint, reed, reef. Oh, yeah, I wonder if it could be something to do with reefer of a puffed joint. There's some more, it's going to be something like re-affected or something like that. Uh, Not seeing it. And this was our. Oh, I think something that is Spartan might be basic. And language, technically, of course, the first computer language I learned to code in on my Acorn Atom was basic. Very good. Oh, so that now gives a nice C at the end. Characteristic of a puffed joint. Surely that's IC. No. How now? If that is title, how would it be title? Male bear. Maybe it's symbolic of male? And then bear taking precedence? Papa Bear? Paddington? What other bear could it be? No. Boy, I still got quite a few left. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure where to go. Oh yeah, so here was this as cream might be producing. As cream might be producing, maybe something like lactose or record including set by the oh, could the void be an simply defining an O for nothing could be the void, including set by the void. I'm all right. I think we're at the point where I'm going to have to start using wordplays.com to find words. So I think I'm going to start down with this one and see, apart from title and tutor, what other words might fit in there. I did see there's actually quite a lot of words, but I saw totem and I thought, oh, a totem can be symbolic. And then male is the M at the end, but bear is the verb to carry or to tote, takes precedence and comes first. All right, so that's not going to be reefer. Oh, maybe it is rheumatic. Ah, all right, it was an RH. Characteristic of a puff joint. Maybe that's just a definition of rheumatism. Thankfully, I don't have that or don't have it yet. Ah, so I don't know if there's going to be any more to that than just a cryptic definition. We'll check at 15 squared. All right, the bottom half is done. Ah, to jaded scholars. I'm sure this is another very clever one, but I'm just not seeing it. I'm going to use wordplays.com again. I should have thought of a long dash word, long term. And yeah, I think if you're a scholar, as in somebody at school, waiting for the end of term, it might seem that you're enduring a long term. All right. As cream might be, oh, I think it's going to be something like whipped. Frosted? Do you frost cream? So then what would the point be? No, what do you do to cream? I can only think of whipping. Yeah, let me pause and run through the alphabet for the first letter and see what other delicious ways there are of preparing cream. Oh, of course. Well, my friend from Devon wouldn't forgive me if I didn't think of clotted cream. Um, although I'm not exactly sure why. Producing record, including set by the void. Yeah, I'm not sure about that actually, but let me go ahead and check it. It is right, but why it is right, I do not know. All right, so now the point of putting sulfur in container, the point, cast, cost, cusp. Oh, yeah, I wouldn't have thought of a cusp of being a point, but I suppose it is, and it goes inside a cup. I hope that's right. All right, now our remuneration, down under, initially lacking for poor. Occurs to me we haven't had a hidden clue today, have we? But I don't think this is one. Unless it's renew backwards. Down under, initially lacking for poor. No, or there's my figure getting fit can be supported. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to use word plays for this one. Ah, yes, this word was at the back of my mind. Tenable, an argument you might make that you can stand by. So getting fit, of course, getting able. All right, so that does help there, I think. Oh, well, I think it's feeble is weak, or sorry, poor. The remuneration is fee. Down under, initially lacking. Well, I can only think of able lacking the A, but yeah, I'm not sure about that one. All right, I'm going to do check all. I'm expecting something to drop out. No, it looks like everything is still there. All right, let's head on over to 15 squared. All right, the blog today is by Lunapic. Really enjoyable, few clues that took a while to parse, but I think I got there in the end. Yeah, so glad I'm not the only one who didn't fully understand. Um, what ones do they say? Feeble. Oh yeah, so it's blue. Ah, if you're blue, you're down with the under initially lacking. Ah, very good. All right, children. Ah, it is the way I guessed. CH for chapter plus one, and leader is LDR, and EN is a short measure in printing. Yeah, we've had EN and EM. LDR is in Collins, but not in Chambers. Interesting. All right. Flying but. Okay, nevertheless, I should have got but. Very short. Oh, a flying visit. A very short visit. Okay. Yeah, so Canute and Canute are the same person. That's good to know. Yeah, rheumatic is just simply cryptic definition. And then essential, which Lunapic also had trouble with. Yeah, the focus is the middle letter after Senate is, all right. And then clotted. Ah, CD is a record. Oh my goodness. And I should have got that since I still proudly play my CDs. Includes, oh, a lot is a set by the, which has been voided, and so just becomes TE. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, I do like that. I think I followed all of the other downs. There's Megre, basic programming language. Okay. Yes, it seems like everyone enjoyed the one today from Brummy. So thank you to Brummy, and thank you to you for watching, and have a wonderful day.